If you've been eyeing up Satisfactory and wondering to yourself, should I get the game, or is Satisfactory just not worth it? The answer is yes. This is the perfect time to grab the game, as I'll explain throughout the video. But first, don't forget to drop a like. I'll be making a lot of Satisfactory content up to and throughout 1.0. So, why should you get the game now? Well, the game is currently on the biggest sale it's had in a while. It's 50% off, meaning it's just £14 or just shy of around about $18 or 16.5 euros, which is a really not a bad price for a game you could very easily sink 1,000 hours into. The offer does end on the 11th of July 2024, so if you're watching this video after that end date, whoops. Additionally, even when the sale does end, the price of the base game will actually increase from £28 to £38. Here is Snart, the community manager, explaining why.
I also want to let you know that the game is currently on sale on Steam and Humble Bundle, and it's a pretty chunky sale, I believe. It might be like one of the biggest discounts we've had so far, and shortly after this sale ends is when the price will increase. Which means that the price change will happen before 1.0 is released. So if you haven't picked up Satisfactory yet and are waiting for 1.0, this is your golden chance to get it at a low price. We wanted to sort of time the price change with the 1.0 release, and it's a bit of a bummer that we have to do it now, seeing as how we feel that 1.0 will better reflect this price point. But unfortunately, there are some rules in place on Steam and EGS regarding price changes that, in our case, made it so that we needed to do it beforehand.
However, if you think about it, the price increase makes sense. Like Snart said, they've added a lot since launch. Additionally, compare this £38 to the £70 price tag that most Ubisoft games come out at now. This is basically half the price. And again, if you're sinking 1,000 hours into this game, which, if you're like me and get addicted instantly, you probably will, £38 for 1,000 hours is not bad at all. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up the price, but let's have a quick talk about the game itself. Despite having milestones, which unlock dozens of new machines, kits, items, abilities, and more, you would think this game almost forces you to progress in a certain way. Nope. Creativity is the main focus in this game. Play solo or with friends and explore, build and create anything you want. And despite these milestones, the game doesn't force you to quickly level up your hub and unlock X, Y, Z or whatever. Instead, it makes you want to take your time and appreciate the small details in which this game has a lot of. So go ahead, explore your planet because it's a pretty big world. There are a lot of tips and tricks for this game too. Not to mention there are dozens of fantastic, satisfactory content creators both on YouTube and Twitch and other platforms as well that I do recommend watching. The game itself is remarkable, and the team behind Satisfactory, Coffee Stain Studios, have improved this game massively, even from when it was first dropped. This includes adding and tweaking many key factors throughout the game. I'm not sponsored to say that, by the way, and I haven't been paid to make this video. I'm honest, if I hated the game, I would say so, but I don't. If you want a fun, creative game to chill to when watching a podcast, or if you just need to relax a little bit, this game is perfect for that. It does require some time and a little bit of patience to master the mathematics side of the game, but that too is still fun. And of course, you don't necessarily have to be a mathematical nerd or anything to appreciate the game, but eventually, after a while, you are going to want to start learning a little bit of mathematics. But don't worry, this game actually makes maths fun. Like mentioned earlier, this community is really awesome. I might make my own Discord server one day for everyone to come and hang out, but for now, I recommend joining the Satisfactory Discord server if you're over 13, and of course, if you're into the game. Finally, we can't end this video without talking about Update 1. This is pretty much the game coming out of alpha or beta, and this is the full release. And like I mentioned earlier, they've changed a lot since launch, and 1.0 does look incredible. So if you do want to get the game, again, now is the best time to get it up until the 11th of July, because it's when the game's at its cheapest. And if you're not entirely convinced, don't worry, I have got a mini-series coming out on my channel over the course of the next week, where I play, I build, I explore, and I pretty much show you how to play the game pretty much. So if you are looking for some extra motivation, feel free to watch that, but also watch the dozens and hundreds and thousands of videos out there all about Satisfactory to make up your own mind. Overall, I give this game a 9.2 out of 10. It's one of my favorite games at the moment. There's not much in it that I don't like, hence such a high score, but honestly, there's not much I can fault it by. I know this was quite a short video, but I hope you guys were able to find it rather helpful. If you do want more Satisfactory content, make sure to subscribe. I'll be making quite a lot of it as update 1 comes out. Thank you for watching, have an amazing rest of your day, Godspeed.